Yeah, very keen to see what's going to happen. Yeah, Nexus, the champions of Season 7, they were really good in Season 8 overall. Maybe a little bit too confident, actually, with Wendigo and B-Pro as good as they were. Of course, eventual champions Wendigo did take it. Nexus
Yeah.
will be looking to strike back in this season, reassert their dominance. Budapest Five, one of the teams that are here to challenge them, and some seasoned campaigners in this team as well.
Yeah, exactly that, Mike. Especially with the likes of Gabeson and Barcode, they have been around the scene for a very long time. Never really made the big time, but they certainly have been up there, and they're well-known Counter-Strike players in the scene. Straight into the pistol round, excuse me. I'm not concentrating on the right stream whatsoever here. Budapest 5, they've taken control of the B bomb site, and they're finding all the frags.
Oh, they are color painting all sorts of colors, mostly red all over the wall there. He'll manage to stay alive to live another day. Bomb plant will come down in the 4v2. Budapest 5 with the number advantage. And it looks like it'll be a 4v1. In fact, Cemente, the last man left alive here for Nexus. Probably going to be looking to do some damage, but he won't get any done. He was getting rounded on there. Surrounded from all sides in the market. Won't be able to punch out any heads. Instead, punches out early. So we'll see what he does in the next round now. But
yeah. What an opening for Budapest 5. We didn't really get much time to actually chat about this matchup. Nexus, as you said, they were sublime in Season 7, but I think they led to their own downfall in Season 8 because they did just believe in themselves a little bit too much and maybe didn't respect their opponents as much as they should have. So let's see if there is going to be a change in mentality here in Season 9.
yeah, they're definitely going to have to play a more, shall we say, methodical style of CS than we saw out of them, because I think some of their chance taking did definitely bite them in the ass at points. They are in the force buy at the moment. So far not working for them. 2 players go down there. They get KO'd by Color.
Yeah. So, of course, the biggest talking point for Nexus is that Cosmin is a part of the team once again. He was a part of Epsilon for quite some time, but that project didn't work out, and he has found himself back in his Romanian home. We know that when he was a part of Nexus in Season 7, they were a force to be reckoned with. Between him and Zelo, they were a very hard-hitting duo.
Yeah, indeed. They've certainly got plenty of firepower so far, not much opportunity to showcase it, though, with Budapest 5 just stamping all over them. This is the map picker Nexus, though, so we would expect to see them do well. Yeah, we know they're good on Mirage. But Budapest 5, we don't have a ton of info on them yet, having only covered one of their games, and now it was a 1-all draw. Little disappointing on the second map as well.
Yeah, having said that, on Mirage, they did put up a pretty strong performance, where they beat Fate 19-17 in overtime. So, certainly are competent on this map, and the one thing that stuck out for me was the way that they went about taking middle. They practically did it in every single buy round. They were very methodical and systematic, and they found success most of the time. And when they were able to find that mid control, they got pretty dangerous on their T side. So I'm going to be looking to Nexus and see how they put a stop to Budapest 5 taking that map control and abusing it.
Yeah, well, on the buy round now, we'll get to see exactly that. How do they go about doing that? Because, well, it's going to be a tough task for them. They've got everything they need. They've got the AWP in the hands of Zelo, and of course we know what he can do.
Yeah. Yeah, this is certainly one of my favorite AWPers to watch, actually. So aggressive and so skilled to go with that aggression that he just pulls off some insane shots and gets his team in some winnable situations which were previously unwinnable just by his pure nuttiness. ETN, he's going to be tasked with blocking down Connector. Does get a decent timing through the smoke there. Still, Budapest 5, adamant in taking this mid control. They've done a pretty good job of forcing Nexus out of the choke point so far. They've been able to get themselves up Connector, leaving their options open as well. BTN nearly getting caught off there. It is still Zelo as well as BTN who open up the account for their team, and this is a good start to the round for Nexus.
Fleeve not getting in, making sure that he gets behind them and catches them off guard. BTN, the in-game leader, will go down, but he is the only one left alive as Fleeve. He gets a very nice shot, though, making it a bit more possible, and if they decide to push him, the timing, though, works out for Cosmin perfectly. I thought maybe he might walk into Fleeve's crosshair. It
Yeah.
was not going to happen. Overall, probably not a winnable situation for him, but he did make it a little expensive for the CTs.
Yeah, indeed he did. But at least it is Nexus finding their first round of the map, getting themselves on the board. And they're going to have to get a bit more than that, to say the least. Early days, of course. Economy poor for both of these teams. Some quick footwork there from Zello, coupled with a nice shot, means that it is going to be Nexus who find the opening pick in the round. And it's going to be those sorts of plays that are going to be disrupting Budapest Five's middle control. And with Budapest Five seeing some aggression in middle there, they opt to actually get aggressive towards the A bomb side, identifying that there wouldn't be too many players defending it. Should be a bomb plant here as well. So they're going to be turning this into a post-plant situation. Got quite a few players alive. They're going to be looking to try and take CT control here. Cemente rooted in the corner. He's going to be able to find himself a free kill. Takes down Gabe as well. And although Budapest 5 got a bomb plant, it looks like that's all it's going to be in the round. Unless Barcode can pull off something insane here. Tapping away. He does get the spray onto Cosmin, but that bomb is being defused while we speak. And it looks like he's actually just going to save his weapon, take it into the next round.
Yeah, no point in going for that on 5 HP. Weapon is worth a little bit more to them, I think. They might even consider buying around it. I don't know if they will. Nexus definitely will, I'll tell you that, if they were in the same position. But over here, Cemente, the snake in the grass. And I think for Budapest 5, they did the right thing there, trying to take CT control. They just couldn't have known that there were two players actually there waiting for them. And that proved to be the undoing. They lost 2 players in that attempt to take CT.
Yeah. I've already seen a difference in Nexus. The fact that those 2 players were biding their time and waiting for the rotations to come through and not just taking the fights, trying to deny Budapest 5 control of that A-bomb site. That patience and discipline is what won them the round. Some huge damage from the utility coming through. And the remaining 4 players like lambs to the slaughter, just waiting at the choke points as... the push does commence, and Fleeve and Gabeson find a couple of nice shots. I don't think they're going to be able to get a lot more done in the round, though. Zello's by himself, so he needs to be careful. And, well, when you've got the skills that he does, careful is not a word in your arsenal.
Zello is so damn fast. That's the one of the things you can say for that man. Amongst many things, shall we say, actually.
Yeah.
His speed is certainly one of his greatest assets. And I know last year we were hearing that there were some potentially higher profile teams that were actually looking for him, but he wanted to stay with Nexus.
Was it Hellraisers, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I heard that as well. Anyway, very interesting. It's no surprise, though, knowing how powerful Zello is as an AWPer. As we mentioned him, he does come through with a very important trade frag there, taking down Gejimzilla. Still, though, he hangs around, and Color is going to be able to take him down. Good trade frag there. That gives Budapest 5 the one-man advantage.
Yeah, very nice work on the refrag, I gotta say.
Yeah, that is actually one of Zello's weaknesses, is his over-aggression.
You know he's gonna peak again.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't need to continue to hold that angle, cost him his life. So that's one of those things that he does bring to the table as well, but does certainly add more than he loses. Sexy trying to lock down the speed bomb side. He's gonna go down. Barcode holding down middle, making sure he does cut off any rotations. Good round for Budapest 5 this. Going to be doing a good amounts of damage to Nexus's economy. I'm not sure if they're actually even going to be able to buy up in the next round. They will probably force, considering there's a couple of players with substantial money. Barcode closing out the round. So a nice reply there from Budapest 5.
Yeah, a pretty emphatic reply as well. It does set the CTs back quite significantly. They will be buying, but that does mean that Sexy will actually be stuck on that 5-7. It's a dangerous weapon, but it means that their overall buy lacks big time in nades. They're not going to be able to hold them at bay with the use of utility for very long.
So I actually like this decision from Nexus then to go for the A execute, because it means that Nexus aren't really going to have... I like the decision from Budapest 5 to go for the A execute, because it means that Nexus aren't going to have the utility to complete a successful retake. So Cemente is going to have to get some work done. But the TK comes through. That allows for some chaos. And amongst the chaos, Cemente and Cosmin chime in with some frags. Cemente eventually goes down, but he's done more than his worth, that's for sure. Budapest 5 find themselves in a bit of awkward position. It's up to Gabeson and Color to rescue them.
Yeah, they're going to have to do some work, and this 5-7 is lurking. Up close like this, it can do a lot of damage, so they got to watch out. They need to land the shot first and find the favorable exchange, and unfortunately it's not very favorable to P Connector when Zello is waiting. The bomb goes down. Sexy finally gets the kill with the 5-7. You just knew he was going to get a kill at some
Yeah.
point with that thing.
He was certainly putting himself in the position. He getting pretty aggressive there around the stairs. I like that patience from Zello, though, just holding the angle, supporting his teammates, not necessarily trying to get drawn into the bomb sites and end up stacking on top of Sexy. Good distance and spatial awareness there from Zello. And Nexus replying back with a round there, and a very important round as well, if you consider the buy they had to work with and the situation they would have found themselves in had they lost that round.
Yeah, could have been a really bad one, but the TK there helps them out. Sows a little bit of discord, shall we say, and confusion.
Yeah.
Certainly helped out Cemente, considering he
Oh,
didn't
wow.
have anything to work with in the fire. The fire's doing big
Huge.
damage.
So much damage coming through there, and then the bullets certainly are going to pile on that misery. Cause Sexy locking down this B bomb site. As Gejimzilla is going to go down. Budapest 5 don't even find a single frag. Nexus get themselves to 5, and they pull ahead once again.
Yes, indeed they do. And, well, now in this particular situation, we will see the full buy coming in for Budapest 5. Expect to see them get something done with this because, well, Nexus have been starting to build up a full head of steam. They started slow, but they've gotten themselves back into it and gotten themselves into the lead, of course.
Yeah. And we know that they are a very good T side as well, just by the nature of their play style. They like to get aggressive, they like to take fights, and they've got a strong skill set to go along with that. So all those ingredients do make for a successful T half.
Gejimzilla's getting quite far up. Oh.
Yeah, been able to lurk his way up connector. He finds a kill as well, taking down Zello. That's a very high impact frag to be finding fairly early on in the round. Budapest 5 have still left the bomb in spawn though, so somebody's going to be tasked with tracking back and picking that up. Gejimzilla, how is he even able to get so far forward undetected? He's going to be able to take down BTN for free. Continues his tirade here onto the A bomb site. Cemente might maybe his next victim. No, he's actually able to lock it down. He's going to have to get a lot more done in that single frag, and unfortunately there's just too many players, but he's still able to find a kill. Eventually he gets wrapped around by Fleeve. That support comes through. He did do enough though, I think, to give his team a shot in the round. Between Sexy and Cosmine, they're in fairly good positions to get this retake going though. Sexy gets tagged down by that AWP though. He is still alive and kicking on till I say that color. Connecting on the shot through the box, and he finds Cosmine as well. Great round there by Budapest 5.
Fantastic work out of the AWPer. We were talking so much about the AWPer from Nexus Zello, and we barely said anything about color. Well, he's doing fantastic work himself. Gets the double there, including the shot through the box.
Yeah, that was a nice shot through the box there, and you just hate it when that happens to you as the CT. Not even able to see your opponent. That leads to your demise. Cemente is going to be looking for an angle through the fire here, and he destroys color. That's a great first frag. I think that's the AWPer as well that's been taken down, and he's even able to retreat and find a second frag. Great support coming through from Zello, and Nexus are locking down the say bomb site.
Yeah, that was some great work out of Cemente, and that caused them to try to chase him down, but of course the cover defense was there to look after him. And they're still very intent on getting him. They will get him in the end, in fact, as Barcode. Now it makes it a winnable situation. It's a 3v2. Still a numbers disadvantage, but it's doable now.
Yep, it is indeed. Barcode, he's going to have to find a bit more here with the support of Gejimzilla's AWP. And that AWP is going to be coming into the fray. Nice shot there, taking down Cosmine. Smoke going to be blocking out Zello, but he's going to be trying to get ahead of the smoke. As he does land a great shot down to Gejimzilla. He's not even done looking for the no-scope, but all he does is take the attention. Sexy chimes in with the frag, and that's a nice little 2 versus 2 there from Nexus.
Felt like the no-scope was destiny there, Matt. Why didn't it land?
Yeah, right? I thought that was the done deal, as wasn't to be, though. I like it when Budapest 5 plays slower, though, Mike. I don't think that the aggressive playstyle is what's going to be working out for them in this game. It sort of plays into Nexus's hands. Sexy. Not sure what he was thinking there. Not a favorable fight to be taking against the pistols when you're by yourself, although he does force some pushes to come through. A nice shot being landed there by Fleeve. Leaves us in a 3 versus 3 as a result. Situation I think Budapest 5 would be quite content to find themselves in. Oh, that
got
frag went
dicey.
down there. That would certainly be changing the situation right now. BTN, he's going to be working off a flash, nice flash there from Zello, getting inventive, and he's also going to be closing out the round. Nice intuition from him to be aware of that potential flank.
Yeah, as you said, though, it could have gone very wrong there with the one-up battles going on versus pistols. Nexus doing what they usually do, but getting away with it that time. Overall, though, they have looked better disciplined, so we got to give them that.
They certainly have. Still early days, though. Keen to see what they've got in their pocket for train as well. That's what we call the Orpers playground, so certainly going to be focusing on Zello right now. The focus on the A bomb site, though. Gejimzilla leading the charge, and he is going to be opening with the first frag there onto Cementa, and he even doubles up. Eventually, he takes down Zello. This is a great situation Budapest 5 find themselves in. A bomb side in full control. Bomb goes down onto BTN and Sexy now, and Sexy gets taken down already. So this is a round win for Budapest 5.
Really does seem like Gejimzilla is the talismanic figure for Budapest 5 here. When he multi-frags, the rounds are pretty much done in favor of the Hungarian side. So him doing what he does best. I approve of his hairstyle as well, gotta say.
You guys have got to stick together.
Yeah, we do.
I like it. BTN, well, he doesn't have much to stick with at the moment, all by his lonesome. All he's trying to do is take this organ to the next round.
Hey, he's got hair. That's a plus.
He does indeed.
Pretty glorious, actually.
Teammates, though. You like his hair?
Yeah, I could rock that hair.
I like Fleave's hair.
Yes. He wins the hair
man.
prize, so I'll give him that one.
All right. He's like a mini twist hairstyle. Twist really takes it to the next level. Twists, excuse me.
Twists,
anyway.
yes.
Budapest
That must have
5.
been confusing in that final, right?
Yeah. Twist
Phonetic
against
liquid.
twists. Yeah. In those high tense situations as a commentator, I'm sure that was a bit of a difficult one. Anyway, Zello does spot the type of player on the cross, but he doesn't expect there to be 3 terrorists coming through connector so early on in the round, and they are dominating the A bomb site. Budapest 5 have found a lot of success around A so far in this half, really favoring it as well.
That is a situation that brings up a few questions, like why wasn't anybody watching mid at all? Not even from Cat. That seems like a rather big failing on their part. Cosmin going to be trying to get in here and actually finds the back of a player, so he should get himself an AK. Will he get much more? No.
He's looking to just do some damage to the economy here, but he loses his life. And I actually wouldn't have minded him seeing him trying to save that AK, take it into the next round. In the end, it's Sexy now by himself, and feels like he's a matter of time before he suffers the same fate as his teammates. I'm not sure how much Budapest 5 actually want to commit to this. The fact that they see he only has a 5-7 probably means that they're not going to be throwing everything at it. 7-7 is the scoreline as we head into the final round of this first half. And who's going to be walking away with the win in this half?
Well, that is the $1 million question, or I guess the million cans of Pringles question. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. But
I'd like a million cans of Pringles, actually. I think
maybe more than you could eat, but
let's
still
see
not bad.
what's going to be going down in this half, or in this round, excuse me. Color finds a nice first pick there, and it actually looks like Budapest 5 want to get aggressive off the back of that, leading the charge with the AWP. Somehow he's able to take down
Must
Sexy.
have been a no-scope.
Must have been a no-scope. Death from above, dropping down onto his teammate's head and destroying him. Budapest 5 looking full of confidence at the moment, Mike.
Yeah, they are playing with their tails up. That's for sure. And considering the buyout of Nexus in this round, I guess we shouldn't be surprised with the way it's gone. But yeah. I think overall we got to be surprised with the results in the half. Budapest 5 winning the half on T-side Mirage 8-7.
Yeah, that swung from end to end in the half. Budapest 5 coming out on top, getting a look at the numbers at the moment. Gejimzilla and Color doing quite a bit of damage for their team. On the opposite side, Nexus, a fairly even kill distribution. I can't see BTN's frags because Fleeve is hogging the limelight.
You got to see Fleeve, though. That's just the way it's got to be, man. Doesn't matter about the numbers. Matters about the hair.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Well, Nexus, they're going to have to find some success early on here in their second half in this pistol round. What have they got to bring to the table? Only one player with utility. It looks like it's going to be a B hitch-up. All 5 players getting pretty aggressive early on. Zello's got a P250, so let's keep our eyes on him. Budapest 5 are well equipped to deal with this hit though. Cemente taking down Color, nothing in return from Budapest 5 as of yet. Looks like Nexus will be able to get themselves into the bomb site. It's going to be all on Gejimzilla here to try and lock it down. He's only good for one. That leaves it on Fleave's shoulders, and he's got so much to do, and he's not going to be able to find it, though. Fortunately, Budapest 5 are just finding frags at the last second, keeping themselves in it. They're going to try and push through the choke points as well. Sexy locking down the angle is going to be finding both the kills, and it is Nexus who find that first round of the second half.
Quad kill for Sexy, so great work out of him to lock things down there. It was the 2v2 as the bomb went down, but both of those CTs coming from the same side made it relatively easy, I think, for Sexy in the end. And that's exactly what Nexus would have wanted as a start on their own T side. Traditionally, you can't really say T side should be winning the halves on this map, but
yeah,
both of these teams very confident in their terrorist play.
Yeah, and as I said, Nexus are a very good T-sided team, just because of the nature of their playstyle. They like to take fights, and they're very good at taking those fights. They have an aggressive playstyle by nature, and the CT side tends to curb that somewhat.
What do you think? Zello should have seen him there. Does spot him now after all. Gabe does get one at least. Can they do any more damage here for the CT side? Isn't a full force, but they have spent enough money that they won't be able to buy in the next one, so they're going to want to get something out of it, more than one kill.
And unfortunate, oh, never mind. Fleave is still alive and kicking. He's got a chance at finding that all-important frag. He's also round up behind Nexus here, hoping that somebody is going to be exiting through apartments. Heading into the next buy round, it's going to be a very important stage in this second half for Budapest 5 to make a statement. I think if Nexus start to run away with it, that momentum is just going to be too much for Budapest to try and swing back in their favor.
Yeah, it could certainly get wildly out of control very quickly. Always with CT, even though generally CT are favored to win the majority of maps, it is actually harder in a lot of ways just to build that economy to get any kind of momentum as the CTs. And if the terrorists continue to batter away at your economy, very, very tough to get back into it. Of course, we do have had the changes in the money system where you do get the loss bonus a little quicker, but when you start to go on the massive comeback, that's when you run into issues too, as we saw with Liquid in Star Series the other day. So yeah, all sorts of permutations. Everyone's still figuring out how it's going to work. Meanwhile, I think Budapest are going to have to figure out how they're going to make this work, because they don't have much.
Yeah, trying to get a flash play into the top of middle, but it's Zello. Why does he double kill the ninja jump around the corner, and before his opponents can even fire a single bullet, he finds a double kill. Cemente frantically trying to find where he's being shot from, and successfully does exactly that.
Oh, that is the worst in that sort of position on the stairs there, where you're just open to so many angles. Which box is he hiding behind, damn it?
Exactly. But he does a pretty good job of identifying his opponents, and it is Nexus getting themselves to double digits here first. First buy round as well here in the second half, and I spoke about this. I said Budapest 5 are going to have to try and put up some sort of resistance here if Nexus do just plow straight through their ranks. I do fear that that might be leading to Nexus just dominating the rest of the half.
Yeah, that could be the clear and present danger in this particular situation. Color, one of the men you'd think is going to be a linchpin in potentially bringing things back. He was so good with the AWP in the first half. On T side, might we remind you. So now CT side, where the AWP should be ringing true. Going to hope for something.
Leading the charge. He does find that entry as well. That's Gejimzilla in the ground.
Oh, how?
Finds himself a really nice double, a triple through the smoke. Man doesn't need to see his opponents, and he keeps his team in it with that multi-frag as well. Zello and BTN, the only two players remaining. Zello does land his flick there, but it's only a tag. Color down to 46 points of health. The problem is that Color has an AWP. It's not the best weapon to be trying to make a retake happen with. No immediate exchange on offer as well. Zello putting barcode in the grave. BTN going to chime in as well. And what an impressive round win for Nexus, considering that highlighted play there from Fleave.
Jeez, how did Fleave even do that, man? He's got some third-party software. That aim was jumping all over the place.
Yeah, that was really good reactions from him. And just, he knows his angles. He clearly plays that spot frequently in the B bomb site.
The power of majestic hair right there.
I like it. So, Nexus winning that buy round. Cemente smells a rat, and that rat is exterminated.
Well, that was rather swift. This round should go Nexus's way all day, every day. Now, the last time I actually covered Cosmine was when he was playing in Epsilon. Smooya was still in that team. That was in ESEA last year, probably about a year ago, in fact. So, Smooya's certainly gone places.
Yeah, so much has changed since then. A part of Big achieving as much success as they did, and now not a part of the team anymore. Just to give an idea of the timeline, Zilla, though,
is coming back,
doing quite a lot in this round, and Barcode's actually in a very good position here. He's going to be able to swing out and get a free kill. That's Zello taken down, leaving Sexy in such an awkward position. He still is able to take down Zilla. Now he's looking for the fight. I wouldn't be advising for this. Barcode doesn't even need to take a step forward, and he wins the clutch 1v1 in the bag.
Yeah, that was... I'm not really sure why he went for that fight, considering he was low HP. He knew where the player was as well. Probably could have played the time, but instead makes it easy for Barcode. So I did say all day, every day that round should be going to Nexus, and I stand by that statement, but turns out I was wrong.
Yeah. Most of the time, most of the days would have been a more apt saying, Mike.
You got to commit to it, Matt.
Yeah, you do indeed. Budapest 5, they still don't have much money in the bank, though at least they are still going to have that round bonus to work with. Though you feel like that round loss bonus isn't going to be enough to keep them in the game. They're going to have to string some rounds together here consecutively.
Yeah, Fleeve hunting around. They got a lot of mid emphasis here from Connector and Cat. So they are quite worried about potentially what Nexus might be looking to do, but Nexus are looking to get into that A bomb site, and they've got everybody here at the moment. So full execute here. Traditional play. It's 2015, Matt.
Yeah, this is the basis of Mirage. 3 smokes, couple mollies, flashes, push in, bomb goes down before anybody's even died on the server.
I don't like that plant though in current day, just because there is always that little gap on the edge of the smoke.
Yeah.
So often you see players get taken down through that.
Let's see what Budapest 5 can get going in this retake here. Smoke straight onto the bomb from Barcode. I feel like that might be a little bit early, though maybe they may be able to make it work. Zilla leading the charge here. Doesn't matter if it's the T or the DT side. He does take points, though the frag's still fine, going the way of Nexus. As I say that, though, Fleeve swings that momentum into his team's favor. Zella with the AWP is connecting on the shot through the smoke. Somehow, he lands the most ridiculous deagle shots as well. Cosmine rounds out the round, and Nexus somehow pick up the win.
Okay, mind blown there with what Zello just said. He was just blatting away with that deagle, and somehow he just clotheslines him, completely cleans his clock with the 357 Magnum bullet. And I don't even know if he was really shooting for him.
No, I think that's the epitome of luck right there, Mike.
Oh, wow, okay.
But yeah, he'll take it however it comes. Nice little inventive flash there from Sexy, and he actually takes down Color as well. I can't say that I've actually seen that flash before.
No, I've never seen that before.
As it is.
That was great.
Yeah, I must say, Fleeve is pretty prolific with that Desert Eagle. Seems to have an impact more often than not when his team is reduced to pistols. Semente coming through Palace is going to have quite a job to do now that Zello's been taken down. Not so good that Zello's coming through ramp by himself with that AWP. Fairly questionable decision, but Nexus get a reprieve as Sexy takes down the lurker around that B bomb site, and he's going to try and take the control as well. He's done a good job of faking it here, drawing 2 players across the third on his way as well. Nexus, well, there's a great opportunity for them to go to A. Now that Sexy's been taken down, I think they're going to be starting to consider that option.
They should. They need to accelerate onto this bomb site because time is certainly wasting. They could get shot from Katya, so certainly need to hurry up. And since they've taken a little bit of time, it has allowed some of the rotation to come in. Barcode there, shutting them down. Nexus, what are they doing in these rounds versus the pistols? They look great against the buys. Against the pistols, they're just falling apart every time.
Yeah, that's so weird, and it's also just so Nexus, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, it kind of is.
What we saw from them in the previous season as well. Now they're the ones with the pistols, but really, they need to be getting those rounds down if they're going to want to have a successful season here.
Yeah, it did cost them last season. I mean, Wendigo certainly stronger opposition than what they faced in Season 7. So, no Wendigo this time around. They should be wanting to reclaim their title. And that does mean tightening up on their play.
Yeah, I'd put them down as favorites, actually.
Yeah, I'd do that too.
Not really looking like those favorites right now, though. 12-10 with potential for it to be 12-11. Should be 12-11. course, only pistols for the Romanian side to work with. They're going to coagulate around the B-bomb site here. Oh, Zello. Pinpoint accuracy from him as he takes down Gejimzilla, leaving on Fleeve once again to try and keep tabs on this B-bomb site, and he does exactly that with a beautiful double kill, keeps himself alive, able to round out the triple as well.
Fleeve is so impressive on that B-bomb side. He's just really good at laying down the fire, delaying, making sure he stays alive, and then he converts the kills as well.
Yeah, really good stuff. Exactly what you want from your B player, locking it down. And that's one of the most important things that a lot of players forget about, and that's just trying to stay alive. You don't always need to take the contact and take the fights. If you just keep yourself alive, you force the opponents to change their stance to try and kill you, and that means that they leave some gaps and also expose themselves to be taken down as well.
Yeah, that's what I always said when I was baiting my teammates. I'm keeping myself alive.
Well, when you're by yourself on the bomb site, there isn't much baiting that goes on.
Man, I'll stay alive long enough to bait everybody else, man. That's the game. It's all about the KD.
Yeah, it is indeed. Mike, what are Nexus doing with the buy right now? Never mind, it's just Sexy and Cosmine. Well, at least Cosmine might be able to buy in the next round with the round loss bonus, but this is a bit of self-inflicted harm here from Nexus, and I think they need to win this round to negate the sort of impact that it's going to be having. Fleeve again in this position clearly does favor it, taking down Cemente. Sexy, he's been burned to a crisp. Before he's even fired a single bullet, he's already been taken down to 34, and things are looking ominous for Nexus in this round.
That was super disjointed out of Nexus in that scenario, because if you looked at it, they didn't even fully commit to B. There were two players who kind of went there, and the rest sort of followed a little bit afterwards. So even if they had gotten in, they wouldn't have all been there for the rush. So I don't think they were communicating there.
No, I don't think so either. And Sexy buying with his team saving is also something that we saw frequently from Nexus in Season 8. One of those poor decisions which they used to make quite frequently. Anyway.
I think a lot of it does also stem from just always generally being able to outskill your opponent. So even if you make a wrong decision, you can kind of get away with it. But
100%, I completely agree with you that that's the basis on which they're making these decisions. But that lack of respect comes back to bite you more often than it doesn't.
And Budapest really well drilled at the moment, doing great work as they come in. They should be knocking them over. KO'd from Color yet again. That AWP doing great work. 17 and 14 on him. He's having a great night.
He certainly is, Mike. Budapest 5 level up the scores 12 apiece. And look at that economy on Nexus. Cosmine and Sexy, neither of them can buy. At least not properly. And it looks like that's going to be forcing Nexus to actually save. So that's quite a disappointing situation that they find themselves in. This should have been a buy round for them.
I would have had trouble saying that too, Matt, because Nexus saving, you never hear about that. That doesn't happen.
Exactly, just caught me off guard there. Barcode taking down Cemente. These orgs are certainly locking down the bomb sites at the moment. Nexus not really putting much emphasis on middle. They've really been trying to get themselves into the bomb sites from alternative angles, and it hasn't really been paying dividends.
Did you notice on CT side where Cosmine was playing? Did he take over?
He was at B.
Okay, so you didn't take over IM spot. They've actually changed everything. Interesting. Meanwhile, there's an interesting shot from the man we just mentioned. That finds them the opening. Should be able to get themselves the bomb plant here, but still tough situation to hold off. Doable for them, though.
Yeah, they've got Cosmine as well as Zello both alive, and an in Zello's hands. He's got arms to work with as a smoke, but it doesn't make a difference when you don't have any HP to work with. They know that BTN may very well be in the smoke, and with so many bullets being sprayed in his direction, it was only a matter of time before he got taken down. And Mike, it's been a while, but Budapest 5 get themselves ahead here once again. We are going to have a buy round, but Nexus are certainly going to have a bit of frustration in their camp right now. I wonder how that frustration is going to be affecting their rounds.
Yeah, I'd be frustrated if I were them. They certainly set themselves back with that like disjointed buy, the sort of half rush towards B, whatever that was. They could have gotten a buy sooner, and now they're actually chasing the game instead of controlling it, which changes the dynamic entirely.
Exactly. a position which a team like Nexus wouldn't be like to find themselves in. Of course, no team wants to be chasing the game, but no team more so than Nexus.
Yeah, they're used to controlling things, so
Exactly.
to be in this sort of situation, it's going to be, I wouldn't say unfamiliar territory, because it did happen to them at the hands of B-Pro and Wendigo quite a bit in the previous season, but of course B-Pro not the team that they were without Spy Leader and no Wendigo, so it should be a Nexus's time, shall I say, and only one kill. Can they get anything more? Sexy does in fact reply, bringing us into a 3-all here in terms of players alive, and as I say that, Zilla, he's been great tonight, but Zello's been pretty good too.
Beautiful angle being found there by the Romanian AWPer, and that brings his team into a variable winnable situation as that bomb does go down. Both of the players are going to be retaking from CT here. Color dropping that smoke, which is going to allow him and his teammate to get onto that bomb site. Sexy with a nice pre-fire there does take down Color all onto Barcode now. He's trying to get the height advantage there above the smoke. He's getting a good spray, doing a chunk of damage, still not finding that kill though. And Sexy in such close proximity might actually just catch him off guard here. No, actually, Barcode's still going to be able to find that kill. He's got a kit to work with as well. Zello, he's going to start to fire away, though he did just spot the leg. That is very fortunate, because when you have an AWP and somebody taps the bomb in the smoke, it becomes a very awkward situation very quickly.
Yeah, that can be panic stations, because you don't know exactly where that body is either. You have no option to spray away at them, and of course they knew he wasn't tagged either, so
yeah,
it could have been super dicey, but Zello always so fast, so aware. He does make it work for himself, and I'd say that kill that he got, where he could just spot the pixel on the top of the head, probably enabled things for them.
Barcode locking down this A aggression coming through from Nexus. They want to get this game done with as soon as possible, but they're going to have to wait, as they are down 2 players now, and they haven't actually been able to get that all that much off of the back of it. Slowly, they do work themselves into A, but they are not in a good position whatsoever. All 3 players stacked up on top of each other here. Budapest Five have also rotated across accordingly. Nexus are trapped, and they're going to need a bit of a miracle here to try and save them in the situation. No utility even, Mike, so it's going to be brought down purely to the fragging ability. BTN at least able to get 1. Budapest Five don't need to force the issue here whatsoever. They've got them grouped up in the bomb site. They've cut them off from the rotation. All they need to do now is force Nexus to start looking for something. Gabeson timing his peak perfectly there. As soon as they stopped spraying for him, he identified they'd probably be considering different angles, and he does time his peak perfectly. Fleeve coming in from the flank, and Budapest Five once again reclaiming the lead.
Yeah, and the economy now from Nexus in some disarray as well. So what are they actually going to do here?
They're going to force.
Oh my word! I really think Nexus should actually take a tactical pause, shall I say, and actually talk things over. But they're not going to do that. I guess maybe they'll use this round to do it. But what that means is that Budapest Five should make it all the way to map point before Nexus are able to buy.
At least they do save, Mike.
Yeah, that's progress.
At least there is some progress there. We got to look at the positives in the situation right now. What I don't like about this round is that there isn't more of an investment from Nexus in the way of a little bit more of utility.
Oh.
Wow, not much you can do about that, BTN. Just got to shrug it off and focus on the next round. Gabeson looking to try and assist his teammate here in middle. He's been doing a pretty good job around Connector in the past few rounds. And Budapest Five are now within touching distance of actually getting themselves to map point territory. I don't think they would have expected to be finding themselves in, considering where they were a mere few rounds ago.
No, this is probably as much a surprise to themselves as to anyone else at this point. They are playing really well, so take nothing away from them.
Yeah.
But Nexus has certainly gifted them a couple rounds as well. Looking at the scoreboard over there, Zello still doing what he does. But Fleeve and Zilla, Barcode, Collar, everybody just jumping in there and doing some great work of their own.
I was about to say, although Nexus have gifted up a few situations to Budapest Five, the Budapest Five players have certainly stepped up and have become very impactful in the latter stages of the second half, and they can close out the map right here, right now in this round. Nexus getting aggressive, taking middle control. They're not going to be flinching at the scoreline right now. We know how confident these players are and how much self-belief they have. It looks like Budapest 5 have been fed some false information. They're rotating across to B, and it's an A hit coming through from Nexus. Color's going to have to get so much done. He's only good for 1.
Barcode now slinking back in. I don't know if we may be stuck on this player, actually. It might very well be. Let's see if we can get some of the action. Yeah, the boost will come in. Gedgemzilla does get one, in fact, and that makes it a 3v2.
Yeah.
Very
and that's
doable.
a very high impact frag because it was such a key player for Nexus. Barcode going to force the issue here, getting so much damage down, but the frag's actually going the way of Nexus until Gedgemzilla comes in once again. It's on BTN's shoulders, but he's going to go down. Budapest 5 winning the map, Nexus's map pick. Wow, this is the maiden game. This is the debut game for Nexus in Season 9, and they lose their first.
Color doing a fantastic job. Now Budapest 5 on the T side on train, the tough side on train, because all these long range angles. We've got a bit of a stack going on there for a bit. Zillow decided he didn't like somebody standing on his head after all.
Must be fairly uncomfortable.
It's not good for the hair.
Yeah, this is true. But
He's
they
got
have helmets on.
magnificent hair, man. I mean, like, look at
I think
that.
they've got helmets on. Budapest 5, pretty passive in their approach right now in their pistol round. Cosmin, though, he abrupts that peaceful round as he just pushes straight into main, decapitates Gabeson, and then makes his way back into the A bomb site. So that really does change the dynamic because it means Budapest 5 now needs to readjust their setup and completely change what they were planning on doing. Those two players in Ivy both come back now, and it's going to be a two-man hit through A main and a two-man hit through Pop Dog as they converge onto that A bomb site. But they've still got Cosmin to deal with, and he's dealing the damage at the moment.
Certainly is. Only two left alive here for Budapest 5, though, and they are low HP. They're going to have to pull up miracles, and they are actually getting a few miracles done, in fact.
What?
2v2.
What is going on? Finally, Semente finds a frag for his team. Color still has an opportunity to win the round for his team here. Looking for a gun with a little bit more ammo. Eventually trades for the Glock. And now he knows where both of the players are. He gets the headshot into Semente. It's only Zello left in this 1v1, and he only has 13 points of health. Surely there's no ways that Budapest 5 win this round. I like the way that Zello's playing this, and he lands a magnificent flick to take down Color, but that should never have gotten as close as it did.
You heard the little click there. We can't see the chat, but I 100%
nice
guarantee it was nice shot.
That's nice shot, and then TY straight afterwards.
Yeah, that was so fast. We know how quick Zello is. We were talking him up, and it looked like he was going to do nothing in the round. And then he comes out with the puller at the end.
Yeah. What a way for Nexus to win the round. It was looking like it was standard before then, but it certainly did require a bit of brilliance there from the Romanian AWPer. This one, a bit more of a formality, only pistols for Budapest 5 to work with. Finally, they do come good with the frag. That's Gabeson. Only going to be good for that lone frag, though.
Thought maybe Zello was going to walk into a deagle shot there as well, but he managed to get away with it thanks to the duck peek.
Yeah. I think we should petition to get Cosmin a photo, Mike. I want to look at his face while we watch the game.
You can get his face off HLTV. He's definitely on the old Epsilon page.
Yeah.
I'll say that, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're not allowed to use it, wearing the wrong shirt, all of that kind of thing. Who knows?
Yeah, could be plenty of reasons. Anyway, we're going to be heading into another save round here for Budapest 5. Unfortunately, they weren't able to find that plant in the pistol round, which generally leads to teams forcing up in the second round. I don't think they did that, though, did they?
Didn't seem like a full force. I mean, looking at their money, you can see a few of them kept some money in the bank, but they're getting shredded at the moment. I was going to say they shouldn't get anything out of this, but there'll at least be the one kill there for Fleeve. He's always good for it with the deagle, but only one going down there, not too much of an issue. Cementa had plenty of money in the bank anyway, and while Color, you could see he was saving the money for the AWP. They even manages to get a few nades. So all things considered, very good buy out of Budapest 5 here for first buy.
It certainly is, Mike, but the problem is that Nexus have a lot of momentum behind them. First 3 rounds, Zello certainly found his stride here early on train. So I think Budapest 5 are going to have to find some success here to put a stop to it. We know how good and lethal Nexus actually are when they do have all this momentum behind them. Of course, this is Budapest 5's map pick, so we would expect them to have quite a lot in the playbook in terms of their T side.
You would expect that, but even on the previous map, well, we saw some great work out of them overall as a team. Color, one of the men doing the heavy lifting. Zello, of course, prolific as well himself. We mentioned both their names. They get some frags. Into their bomb site they go.
Yeah, such a weird position that Nexus find themselves in. The Cosmin, he gets clothes like barcode, and the reason I say it's weird is because BTN had pop control, and then the two B players, pushed through all the way, and then they wanted to drop down pop as well, and it just meant that they had to readjust the angle which they were going to try and complete this retake from, but it's not looking like it's going to be possible at this point. All the frags being found for Budapest 5. Zelo, though, still has a chance at this. Got himself a 1v1 on the back of that no-scope there, destroying Color up close. Barcode hiding in plain sight behind E-Box. Oh, I don't think Zelo spotted him there. Barcode lurks his way around the trains. He's going to get the perfect timing here, unless Zelo can do some sort of a godly play here. Doesn't even have the time, though, I don't think, especially considering Barcode's positioning, and he's going to shut it down. Really well worked there by Barcode.
Yeah, played the time perfectly, just kept solid objects between himself and that AWP. Perfectly weighted, perfectly played by him. Zelo, you could see, was just getting increasingly desperate as he was trying to find him there.
Indeed he was, and Nexus are going to go for another 4 times round. I can understand where they're coming from, but if they lose, Budapest 5 back within touching distance of leveling out the scores. And that was all off the back of a nice opening frag they found in Ivy by Budapest 5. So I think Cemente is going to have to be a little bit more cautious on how he approaches that area of the map. Now it's Zelo in that area of the map, and he's not cautious at all.
Oh, that was actually a really good setup, but Fleeve just completely unlocked it there. They didn't seem to expect his peak, and well, they're just dropping like flies at the moment on Nexus. They're dealing damage, but they're not killing them, and
yeah,
it's disastrous for them.
It is disastrous for them. Cosmin's in a good position here, and he's going to get aggressive eventually. He does take down bomb site right now. Budapest 5 are going to be able to take the control. Very important frag being found there by Cemente, and Cosmin also getting one. What is going on? Budapest 5 gifting themselves up on a golden platter. Not even a silver platter. This one was golden.
Yeah, very much. I'm really bemused there, man. I don't even know how to respond to that one. It looked like the opening, kind of against expectations, went towards Fleeve. They had it in the bag almost, and then they just walked into Nexus's crosshairs there, man. They didn't even need to take those fights with them. They could have left them, gone to the B bomb side, and ignored them completely.
Indeed. Now it is a matter of time before Nexus get themselves their 5th round win. The USP spray coming through, or rather tap away. Nearly made it look like a spray, the rate at which he was firing that gun. Sexy going to close things out. And I was just chatting to our compatriots casting in other languages, and I just said I'm quite surprised that Nexus opted to go with Sexy ahead of IM. From what I've seen from Sexy, it feels like IM is a stronger player, but of course, there's a lot more factors in these situations than just pure ability.
Yeah, it might be how he fits within the team, his personality.
Exactly.
You know, often teams will bring out those intangibles of how he's such a good teammate, or he motivates everyone. You know, the usual nonsense they say about Smiths and people like that.
You mean Shocks? Not,
yes.
Not even they. Just
not even
Shocks.
people, just Shocks.
Yeah, exactly. Color.
What? He's
going to be looking for the angle. Yeah, how does Zelo come that? Looked like the bullet went through him, and then he was like, all right, thank you very much. I'm actually going to be taking this angle. Budapest 5 still persisting with that Ivy. They've found quite a lot of success there. Fleeve does actually come good with the frag with that AWP that he retrieved. So it is the numbers who favor Nexus at the moment. Quite a bit of time left on the clock, and Budapest 5 haven't actually achieved much. They don't have pop control, they don't have Ivy control. And with the man down, they're going to be needing to find something to work with here.
Yeah, they're hoping to find some kind of foothold, but they are quite spread out at the moment. They probably need to group up and go somewhere together. Otherwise, the trades will not be in their favor, one wouldn't think. And this B-bomb site defense particularly looking rather ominous. They're playing quite close around the bomb train. And almost feels like this is the intended target.
27 seconds left on the clock here. They don't really have much time to work with, so they are going to begin their hits onto this B-bomb site. Cemente does take the focus. That's going to allow BTN a very easy first kill. And Fleeve tries to cover connector, but his teammates go down, so he has to make a move. He loses his life as well. Nexus gets 6. And that was a pretty convincing round from them as well, considering it was a bye for both of the teams.
Yeah, looking at the scoreboard at the moment, Cosmin there, the heavy hit, 135 ADR. Zello also contributing really well with 124. Budapest 5 have had plenty of opportunities here and actually have been in the ascendancy a bunch of times, but things just keep unraveling for them.
Yeah.
Kind of almost feels like what we saw a little bit on Mirage, just in the reverse.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Mike. Outright domination from Nexus at the moment, and this is certainly going to be good for their confidence, considering they did succumb to that loss on Mirage, their map pick as well. And they certainly didn't want to be kicking off their Season 9 championship, that hunt for that Season 9 championship with a 2-0 loss.
No, they certainly can't afford that. For Budapest 5, they've already got a 1-1 draw to their name. They'd also be looking to add to their tally. A 2-0 would certainly set them in pretty good stead, considering Locastic have tripped up a little bit.
I think the fact that Budapest 5 have already got themselves a map win against Nexus is great. I mean, if you had offered them 1-1 at the start of the series, I think they would have taken that. They have a chance of making this 2-0 right now.
Cosmin, this is big.
Oh, that's TK, but he's got a great opportunity at a multi-frag here. He's only got one so far. He needs to be careful because there's players wrapping around. He's not even remotely. He loses his life. Budapest 5 take control of the A bomb side. And they've got a heavy number advantage to go with that as well. But not all said and done just yet. BT and finding a frag. So does Zello. He's going to have to make up for that team kill at the start of the round. Zello with a great angle is going to take down BT and keep the advantage in his team's favor. And it's a gain on Zello's shoulders here to try and win the round for his team.
Got the money to go for this as well. He doesn't need a save, so he's going to be looking for it. And even if he did need a save, he's Zello. So.
Yeah. He's taking his time, and he's got a ton of utility to work with as well. He's not going to be using any of that utility. Just too many angles for him to be looking for at the moment. Cleve spotting that he's not on the bomb, going to be an easy kill as well. I just feel like Zello was in 6 different minds in that situation, and you sort of just need to commit to one line of thought when you are in that sort of in that scenario, 1 versus 2. You have no idea where they are. You need to make one concise decision.
Yeah, considering he had a molly, maybe the decision would have been to do the old molly towards electric. That's generally what you're going to do to try and clear that. So I guess
molly towards electric, a smoke towards pop, so many options, but sort of just like a deer in front of the headlights, which is just not something I'm used to seeing from Zello. Anyway, that's in the past, we're in the present, and he lands a knife down to Gabeson, opening up his team's account. Color tries to get that trade back there, not landing his shot though. He's only got 4 kills, so he hasn't had as much impact on this map so far as he did on Mirage. Of course, T-side train, it is difficult to have as much of an impact.
Sure, but he was actually AWPing on Mirage T-side, and he ended up in double digits after the first half. I think 14 kills, so
yeah,
he was pretty effective over there. But as you say, the dynamic of this map is entirely different. Mirage is quite a different animal compared to this one. Zilla, though, I want to just highlight this player. He's a very, very smart player usually. And as I was saying that, he dies, but we saw in that last round how much impact he had. Yeah, meanwhile, Zello having big impact. Everybody dying. I'm trying to talk about something else, completely distracting from what's going on. Bad commentator. Bad commentator. Sit.
It's actually uncanny how frequently we'll start talking about something, and the moment you start running off on your little speech, the action starts to go down. So it's just unfortunate timing, man. Don't get your head down.
I spent a whole week preparing that, man. I was going to talk about how clever he is because his head is shiny, you know, like me.
There's a correlation there, is there, between shiny heads and intelligence?
Oh, total correlation. I've done much research, including myself.
Yeah, all right, I like it. Zilla, he's going to be leaving the B bomb side. Seems like it's going to be an aggressive play here from the outset, making a lot of noise as they approach that area of the map. Nexus not very well equipped to deal with this hit should it come through right now. Zello is going to find that first pick, but the trade immediate, and Barcode takes down Cement here without having an impact, and so that is the B bomb side firmly in control of the terrorists.
Nice work from them. They're just snuffing the CTs out here, and as I say that, Cosmin comes back into it. If he can get another one here, this is possible, and he does get it. Suddenly, things just turning on their head.
Surely this isn't going to be a round lost here for Budapest 5. Barcode is in such an awkward position now in between the trains. Cosmin just needs to buy time for his teammate to come through. BTN also going to be putting a smoke on top of the bomb. If not one, then why not 2? Barcode, he's going to be getting the spray down here, and he does complete the 1v2 clutch. Good decision making from him there. And I don't think that BTN needed to immediately stick the bomb there and go for that fuse.
No, I did wonder maybe why he was going for that, but maybe he knew something we didn't. Turn out, no, he didn't. Actually,
Yeah. So at least Nexus were able to inflict quite a lot of damage to Budapest Five's economy. It was all down to Barcode. He actually got the triple kill clutch in the round. And Budapest Five are going to need a few more off the back of that. They can't afford to lose the round now.
repeat. Oh my
Zello.
word, Zello, come
my
on.
Goodness gracious me, surely not a third. Somebody put this man down. Cemented though, he's going to get an opportunity to get involved in the action as well. He says, can't leave all the frags for you, Zello. I want some as well. And he gets out with his life, Mike. This guy's nuts. He's 18 for 5. Seriously, when somebody's playing like that, you might as well just disconnect your computer from the internet and go to bed. That's just insane, man.
Wreckage, total and complete wreckage.
Indeed, that repeat. You know what? He actually reminds me of Simple in quite a few ways. He really likes to get aggressive. He pushes with the AWP. He's not afraid. He's got the ability to match. Of course, wow. Okay, Fleeve. Somehow he's able to get a quick double. Maybe able to retrieve the bomb here as well. Still quite a bit of time left on the clock, so I mean, he may actually have a shot at this. Gets taken down.
Yeah, what your point there on Zello's style? Yeah, I'd agree. He does like to go to play combat AWP in a. Well, he's just incredibly aggressive. He goes up close. He gets the shots off quickly. Lands them more often than not.
Yeah.
And the decision making seems to be similar to Simple, as in, you there, I kill.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And I will repeat, and I will kill you again as well. Well, not again, but your teammates. Anyway, Budapest 5 on a save. It looks like they're going to be going for the aggressive play here once again. It worked out for them when they went B. Why wouldn't they try it again this time towards A? They get themselves in pop, and then they pause. Zello pushing up with an AWP. Beautiful. Finds that first frag once again, and he makes out with his life. That's what separates the good from the best, is those who are able to get the kill and those who are able to get the kill and then keep themselves alive as well, maintaining that advantage which they find.
Well, there's Color getting some in his account. The second one, actually, he didn't get the first kill with that second shot. Superb work from him, but he's going to get snuffed out. Poor Fleeve just left all on his own. He'll get tapped away at and get taken down. So can you imagine if Zello had actually ended up on Hellraisers instead of Woxic?
I mean, I still think Woxic is a better player.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. He's turned out to be amazing, actually.
He was a hidden gem, to be fair, because he was in Dark Passage before that, if you remember correctly, and that was basically unknown Turkish.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about them is WESG 2016 when they played Bravado.
Yeah, exactly, on Train. That was a really good game as well. And then from there, Woxic created a name for himself now in Mouse Sports with one of the most promising rosters. That's actually a team I'm very excited to see evolve and see what they're actually capable of achieving.
Oh, they look so exciting.
Yep. Sorry, a bit of divulgence there, but sometimes it's worth it. Early stages in the round here as well. Budapest 5 still trying to find their footing. And it looks like they're grouping up around the B-bomb side. It is where they found majority of their success. Their limited success at that so far in this half. So why wouldn't they try go for it again? Though Nexus in a pretty good position to deal with this. They've got a man in pop, so that'll be a quick flank to come through. And a quick rotate there through connector as well.
Molly's flying in, flashes all sorts of things. Cemente gets flashed, but he gets 2 nonetheless. That's some great work out of him.
Oh man, I thought Color landed that shot. He might have another opportunity, but he's going to get taken down. BTN with the flank finds the frag. All on the lurker now, Gabeson, and he's already being covered here by Zello. He gets taken down. What an emphatic round there from Nexus, locking down that B-bomb site. And the difference there between that and the previous time that they lost the round was that Cementa had a lot more of an impact before he went down.
Yeah, the 2 kills certainly drew a lot of attention as well. I mean, even if he'd only gotten 1, that would have probably been sufficient. I do feel bad for Color, man. Both of those shots look like they should have hit, so
yeah,
you could feel a bit hard done by there. Now, meanwhile, the buy coming in here, 3 of them grouped up, and there's a lot of aggression out of Nexus towards main. Are they going to pop flash in here?
Yeah, they're going to need one. If Cosme goes in dry, he's a dead man walk. Ends up that he is exactly that, and that allows Budapest 5 a very easy entry onto the A bomb site. Surely they should be able to find a round win off the back of it. They're going to continue pushing through the smoke there. Even Gabeson literally ends up in front of Stexy on top of his toes. Cemented, they're still alive and kicking. He is able to find one. That leaves Zello in a 1v3. Mikey's dropped the bomb. The bomb is in T-spawn. I'm not sure if Zello is aware of this, though.
Can he see it, do you think?
He may be able to see it from a distance. I'm not sure.
Well, he's still there, so...
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that he's now leaving it, this could be the 200 IQ play. Budapest 5 are going to be expecting him to be covering the bomb at this point. He's going to be able to get himself in a good position on the A bomb site now. They do go back out into A, taking their time, dropping the smoke, being cautious as ever.
Oh,
And it's all going to amount to nothing as Barcode puts an end to it with a single bullet.
always looks so casual when it's the last shot of the round. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
things freeze there. We don't know
Freeze
if he
frame.
was going to wildly spray or whatever it was, but it looks
Yeah.
cool because it was just a one tap.
Exactly that. So, summary of our first half. Zello, he finds 21 kills and 6 deaths. That is some impressive statistics to say the least. Cosmin impactful with his 16. But I'm looking over at Gejimzilla, and the entry fragger was just not finding his footing for Budapest 5. Only 2 kills to his name.
I was trying to say how smart he is, but he doesn't look smart on
Yeah,
2 kills, you know?
Really put a sock in your mouth for that one, Mike.
Well, if you look at that previous map, he was the man blowing things apart early round
Yeah.
every time. You know, he was getting 2 kills so often to open the rounds for them. He's going to need to do some more of that CT side now. They got an opportunity, but they don't have many with only 4 rounds.
Yeah, Barcode locked on the save bomb side
Oh.
by himself, and he gets a triple. Who needs teammates? Who needs help? Not Barcode. Lines them up, locks them down. Round's not set and done just yet, though. BTN finds a kill, though. Fleeve getting Zello lurking through that smoke. And a very important pistol round going the way of Budapest 5.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed that to start building a little bit of confidence, aid their cause on the return to ascendancy, and it's going to be quite a large ascent, if we got to say, because at 11-4 before this round, it's quite a bit of distance between them and their opponents. They probably would have wanted 5 in the T side to feel at least somewhat comfortable. But now they're going to have to
Yeah.
work with what they got.
Nice shot there from Color to take down Sexy.
Very aggressive CT side so far.
Yeah, considering that they're playing against pistols as well, it just seems a bit unnecessary giving yourselves or putting yourselves in a position to be potentially overwhelmed. But not going to be happening in this round. In fact, I don't even think Nexus are going to be finding a single kill here. They didn't get the plant, which means they're not going to have the best money heading into the next round, though, because it's only Nexus or Zello who finds himself below $4,000. I think they're still going to persist with the buy.
Yeah, we'll see the buy come out. Always interesting to see the AWPer overextending in terms of the investment. They actually drop him the gun. BTN, the in-game leader, is going to sacrifice, and he'll go over to the UMP. Glad he's learned from Zeus.
Yeah,
Or not.
making suitable adjustments. Well, yeah, learn from Zeus's mistakes more so than anything else.
Yeah, Scout's actually still alive here for Budapest 5. They're going for the bonus round, and I would have thought, oh, that's a nice nade, but I would have
Yeah.
thought, considering they're chasing the game, maybe they would consider upgrading just to give themselves the best possible chance.
Nexus upping the tempo here, pushing straight into the B bomb side. RG frag and Gejimzilla still not able to really get going here on train. Zello says, whatever you can do, I
Oh.
can better. He picks himself up a triple kill with ease and robs Budapest 5 of hopes and dreams.
And that, folks, is why you give the best player the gun.
Yeah, please don't spew me that bull nonsense that because Simple is more capable or Zello is more capable with the Desert Eagle than BTN is, or the UMP in this case, that he should have the weapon.
Oh, beautifully done there by Zello. Super aggressive. He had the support of his teammates as well, so you knew those players were going to go down. And that sets back Budapest 5 immensely. They're just on deagles at the moment. A P250 on Gabeson. 12-6. Things were looking good. Now they're not. All of a sudden, just like that.
Yeah, off the back of one round. Very important round. The first buy round of the second half. And now Gabeson, well, he's the knick-knack on the latch that's stopping Nexus from blowing the door open onto the B bomb side right now.
Gejimzilla's torrid time continues after being probably the MVP on map 1. Map 2's not been going his way at all, and this force buy, well, it's not really a force buy, it's more of just an equalizing pistol buy. It's just being decimated. They're not really accomplishing much. BTN goes down. Surely nobody else. Actually, there we go.
Yeah.
Sexy.
You know what, Mike, is I'm noticing a bit of a trend here, and although I don't have much to go off, looking a bit common, and it's that Budapest 5 are a one-map team. And I remember the same thing happened with Gejimzilla. He was lights out against Fate in their first map, which was Mirage. And then we went into Overpass, went into Inferno next, and they were nowhere. Budapest 5 got wiped away like a bug on a windscreen. Again,
16-2, wasn't it?
Yeah, dominated, something along those lines. And then again, they have a really good first map performance on Mirage, their opponent's map pick. Now we come to Train, their territory, and they're just not able to make it happen. Again, now Sexy and Cosmine finding some frags very early on in the round. Gejimzilla has to use the cheese spot to get himself some kills here. And it is Budapest 5 who have that one-man advantage.
Well, he needs the confidence, surely. Barcode smells a rat. Is he going to see him? How are they not seeing each other here?
No.
And he can... Oh, my word.
Wow, I cannot believe the timing there. That is ridiculous. BTN by himself on the bomb site here. Got a couple of players to contend with. Gabeson holding this angle. He's got the orb. He's got the scope. He's got the first shot to come out there, but it's still BTN who gets the kill somehow. He's going to push straight onto the B bomb site now. The IGL for Nexus looking to clutch it out and get them into a very strong position heading into the rest of the map.
You can see the idea here, but he might get spotted. Surely Gejimzilla doesn't see him. Oh my word, that might be the round. He's got a molly as well.
How did he not see him? I think it was just the top of the train that had blocked BTN. And as you said, BTN has the molly, but Gejimzilla's got the smoke. Smoke beats molly.
It's just like rock, paper, scissors, lizard, spark.
That's exactly it. Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, spark, molly, smoke. Gejimzilla going to drop that smoke. He's going to drop the flash. He's going to hold. Is BTN going to be able to find the spray through the smoke? No. Cannot channel his inner forest.
That was some great work out of Gejimzilla. Just did what he needed to. And again, he needs that confidence because he's been having a torrid time. That'll give him a boost. He got the cheese kill, got the defuse, won the round.
Yeah. He has only got 3 kills though in 20 rounds, Mike. So it doesn't make for great reading if you're a Budapest 5 fan, but they are still alive and kicking. Starting to chip away at that monolith of an economy that Nexus have. Nexus still hyper aggressive in these rounds here. Not wasting any time. Cemente bursting out of A main. He did lose his life. Sexy has a chance to get the trade, and he is able to take down Gejimzilla before Gejimzilla finds his teammate. I think Sexy spotted the corner of color there, so he's going to be able to take the fight, but he loses the fight. Fight's being lost all over for Nexus at the moment, and they are going to be losing the round as well. And I think they're going to have to put that aggression on the back burner.
Do you think we were calling this one a bit too soon, Matt?
I don't think so, because Nexus have been a team leading to their own demise, and they just play proper Counter-Strike. They'd probably go on to close out the map, and now that Budapest 5 have punished them a couple of times in the past few rounds, I think we're going to be starting to see more of that standard CS coming out of Nexus, and probably along with that, closing out the map.
Still, this is the map pick out of Budapest 5, so we got to assume they've got some proficiency here. We didn't see much of it on the T side, but of course this is the map that's all about the CT side.
Indeed it is. And they've got a reprieve here as Nexus are on an eco. Of course, Cosmine does still have that hero AK to work with. So, Budapest 5 are going to have to be careful.
There's the kill for Gabeson on the other side of the map. Cemente going down. Zelo's managed to get far out.
Wow.
And that was pretty far out from him.
There's still another player on the bomb side here. Gejimzilla going to be able to snap a free frag there. He's so fortunate that Zelo had no idea he was there. Otherwise, fairly nervous for Mr. Gejimzilla. $50 seconds left on the clock here, Nexus. What are they going to do? Still, Cosmine has that AK and he has armor. Certainly potential for high impact in the round. Nexus going to be splitting up all 3 of the remaining players. One coming through Ivy, one from Pop, and one from A main. Fleeve has got the angle, and even though he catches an immediate dink from Sexy, it's not a fatal one. And he can now refocus his attention towards Pop Dog, where he does spot Cosmine. That's the AK brought down very low.
Both players now not feeling too good. 11 HP between the two of them, still bringing in the kill somehow. Wow. That was a little crazy. That's hurting the economy, but...
Yeah, that certainly does make a difference, Mike. So let's see what Nexus can do off the back of that now heading into the next round. If Nexus can win this round, Budapest 5 are going to have no money in the following. So a lot at stake here for both of these teams, because as well for Nexus, they've exhausted their economy.
Yeah, fully invested from both sides.
Yeah, high pressure situation for both of them.
see the boost come out towards the Ivy. That's a pretty typical thing these days. And there are 2 CTs there, so I assume we'll see a little bit of action. Gabeson, though, he's going for it.
Times his peak perfectly, and he actually makes it away alive as well. On the opposite side of the map, Zello finds color. Sexy build off of that. A nice flash play means he takes down Flea for free. That's the A bomb site now in contention as well for Nexus. Sexy still leading the charge here. And it's actually going to be Zello who takes the kill. He also caught a dink for his trouble as well. That molly landing just in time, denying Gezhimzilla the angle. And this might be a killing blow from Nexus.
Yep, their hands are around the throats, metaphorically speaking, of Budapest 5 now. So the economy from Budapest 5 will also be rather ill after this particular one, in ill health.
Are you saying it's going to be sick, Mike?
Sick as in like actually sick, rather than
oh, so you
cool
mean
sick,
cool
you
then,
know?
right? Oh, is that not actually sick? Oh, you mean okay.
They've caught a horrendous disease and are probably going to die in a pile of their own vomit.
Oh, damn. All right. Now that we've clarified that,
I had to go extreme there just to like
I
just to
needed
illustrate it, you know.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, if I had to use the term "sick" to my grandfather, meaning cool, I think you'd be fairly confused.
Wouldn't be surprised on that one.
Gabeson.
Old people, am I right? Have you seen my hat?
Gabeson is able to take that organ to the next round, and that may allow the team to force. What would you be advocating for if you were the IGL of Budapest 5 right now?
Let him go to 15. But the problem, of course, is there's 2 players that just don't have enough for a single save. So I can see why they're doing this. It was Color and Fleeve who were pretty low there. So, well, actually, sorry, Barcode and Color, but there are the two guns anyway. One of them actually dropped over. Interesting. Now, it might have been Gezhimzilla who dropped it over because he had a little bit more, and of course he's not been having much luck. So they're going to roll the dice here. They kind of have to win this one, otherwise it's pretty much good night.
Yeah, they definitely have to win this round. They're going to have even less to work with in the next one if they lose this.
Oh, Barcode, that must have landed in the back of his throat.
Yeah, that was a money grenade right there. 5 of his team won. Down to 43 points of health. Some damage through the smoke from Sexy as well. And this is not the start Budapest 5 needed. Cosmin, he's going to try and get aggressive here. He finds Barcode for free. And that's going to be prompting his team to start pushing onto the say bomb site. Though Cosmin still finds himself in no man's land and no support either. Looked like he was a bit ahead of his team there.
In a hurry to get things done. Maybe he's got some pizza on the way. Who knows?
Pizza sounds nice right now.
I had some pizza last night, but when it got delivered, it was like a weird shape, like the dude dropped it or something.
Weird shape, damn.
It's like,
he's looking to make some weird shapes out of these terrorists right now as they push into the bomb side. He is able to find the first frag. That's BTN going down, and Gezhimzilla, he's got a flank here. The trigger discipline does come through, and he finds himself 2 beautiful one-taps. The composure does come through for the man. Budapest 5 get themselves the 10th round, and they win that all-important force buy.
Told you, smart Matt.
Yeah, you were holding on to that one, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
So, Nexus, they're going to be able to buy here, Mike, but if they lose this round, they've got no more money to work with, and that's Budapest 5 certainly getting themselves back into contention for this game.
Yeah, that changes the complexion just a little bit there. So, in with the chance now. Fast here out of Zello and co. I think they were looking to counter some aggression, and he drops down. That was crazy how to get
this man is a
Zello
god,
so fast, and he does it again.
Okay, I'm done. I'm taking my headphones off, Mike. I'm done. I can't believe what I'm witnessing right now. This guy, how do you lose games when you have somebody who's capable of making those sorts of plays?
Well, Nexus sometimes manage it. They managed it on the first map.
Yeah, that's the thing, is Nexus managed to lose the game. It's not like the other team is beating them. They almost managed to beat themselves in a way.
Oh, Color gets rounded on there. Wasn't able to escape, and that's probably the beginning of the end now. Only a single gun potentially going to be saved here. In fact, it might not be saved at all. Zello trying his best there with the Glock. Is Barcode going to be trying to...
Wow. What? Imagine Cemente wasn't here, Mike. All of the Nexus players were hunting for him around the map. And Barcode had a kit there. I'm not sure. Did you see if he had a kit?
Yeah, he had a kit.
Yeah, so that was very doable. At least there was one man keeping tabs on the bomb, Cemente. and the shenanigans did not prevail.
Yeah, bullet dodged, I guess. 15-10 now, Nexus on map point. Of course, you can't win the series here if you don't get the clean 2-0, because it is only 2 maps, not 3. Down they're going to pop Barcode.
Yeah, finds the first pick of the round. Very important pick as well. Practically no weaponry here to speak of for Budapest Five, so that AK-47 is going to be bolstering their ranks.
I feel like somebody's going to die any second here with that particular stare down there between Zella and Barcode.
Yeah, who steps first, right?
Yeah, Cementa actually with an AWP here, double AWP on Tisa. I didn't notice that until now.
Yeah, myself included.
But unusual.
He's going to be exploring here. Gejim Zilla is ready and waiting with that CZ. Is Cementa going to be able to land the no-scope is the question. Doesn't need it. He's got the quick scope to boot. That's the B bomb site now open. Cementa trying to lead the charge. See if he can cut off any rotates. He's got the angle, but he misses the shot. Very important shot there as well. That allows Budapest 5 to get onto this B bomb site and try and deny Nexus the plants. It's up to BTN to try and get that bomb across, but the rotates have come through thick and fast. They're even being converged upon on the flank, and it feels like the walls are closing in on Nexus right now, and they're going to have to do something to break them down. Let's see, Cement is able to get that pick on Fleeve. BTN trying to find this flanker Barcode, who's got a great angle here. And he's got the patience, but BTN's got the inclination. He's got the spidey senses. Cemente's got the frag. How have Nexus won the round?
4v2, and they just totally undo the retake attempt there. I don't even know how they did it.